want to tell you a little about my life. I was born on April the 26th of 1929 to Billy and Maddie Woodham in Dale County.
Before DSI Security became a national name, its roots were deeply embedded in the red soil of Dale County, Alabama. A story of family, resilience, and a profound connection to the land.
Mr. Clark's mother and his brothers and sisters all migrated down from the East Coast. They settled over here at Mount Ebert and homesteaded 40 acres of land. And when we moved over here the fall of 1930, the pear trees were still down there in that field where that log cabin was.
This is the lineage of A.B. Clark, the visionary who would one day found DSI. His family story is one of hard work, community, and making a life from what was given. These early struggles and triumphs laid the groundwork for a philosophy of integrity that would define generations.
So later on, he and Miss Clark married. You know, the Joneses, she lived right down there. And they married. All this was in timber then. They would tie the logs together and float them down this little chocolate hatchet down here into the big chocolate hatchet down to Geneva. Miss Clark, she cooked for them for their lunch every day. And they paid her in timber, and that's how this house was built.
A history forged in the practicalities of rural life, where our handshake was a contract and your word was your bond. This unwavering commitment to integrity, passed down through generations, would become the very cornerstone of a company that started with a simple request and grew into something extraordinary. In 1969, in response to a critical need from the construction company building the Farley nuclear plant, Sheriff A.B. Clark saw a void for dependable, competent security services. And so, DSI, Dothan Security Incorporated, was born.
My name is Alan Clark. I've been with DSI for 46 years. I'm chairman of the board. I started in 1977 when I got out of college. My father told me when I graduated I needed to go to work.
What began as a small, local mom-and-pop organization quickly became Alan's sole responsibility.
I've held every position. When I got out of school in 77, we had one guy running the company, and after a month then, he actually retired. So I was a security guard, a supervisor, I did payroll, I did hiring, firing. I was the only person at one time, so I've done it all.
We lived in a small 2-bedroom house with 1 bathroom. 1 bedroom was the office. We had no secretary, unless you can count me as such. Sometimes payroll, whatever worked out. But back then you didn't have cell phones, and you didn't have beepers, pagers, any of that kind of thing. Answering services even. So that came later on. But it was hard there for a long time.
I remember when we first got married, the first tough year, that's before cell phones, before beepers, we had this pager, so we had to stay close to the phone, so I would...
The landline phone.
Had to stay close to the phone. There were shift changes. I will never forget it, where I had 3 accounts on a Friday night. There was 3 officers called at the same time. I actually came here to this house here. My mother and dad were here, and I think I cried. I said, I don't know if I can do this. It was stressful, but having to cover 3 posts at one time, and that's the night I decided either this company's going to run me or I'm going to run it.
This pivotal moment defined a shift in philosophy, from being driven by circumstance to actively shaping the company's destiny. Alan admits his early drive was fueled by something fundamental.
I tell people I was driven by fear, the fear of failure. I'm not saying that's a great thing to be, but I didn't want to fail, so I wanted to grow the company, because you're going to lose counts, you're going to gain and lose counts, so you've always got to start going in the right direction.
As industries changed and the need for security evolved, DSI adapted. Their organic growth wasn't just about expanding geographically, it was about cultivating relationships and upholding an unwavering principle. Their motto, simple yet profound, became their guiding principle. Do what you say you will do.
Yeah, our motto is DWYSYWD, very simple approach, do what you say you would do. That came about years ago when I had one of our houses that needed a new roof, and I'd call 3 roofers to come and give me a price on re-roofing one of the offices, and they all told me they'd be there a certain time, certain day. I was, never forget how long I live, I was had a meeting one of those days in Jacksonville, Florida. I was going down I-10, and none of those contractors had called me back. None of them showed up to give me a price. And I think they probably knew I didn't have any money, which I didn't. But anyway, and I was talking about marketing, which you understand this, marketing, and what can DSI do to make us stand out. I thought, pink cars or, safari uniforms, whatever it may be. And these people didn't show up to give me a quote. And I said, we'll just do what you say you're going to do. You don't need all that fancy stuff. And that's kind of where it came from. That's where it came from. I said, we'll just do what you say you're going to do, like be there on time or be there, and if you can't be there on time, call me and tell me you can't be there on time. But if you would just DWYSYWD, we won't need all that stuff. And I think that's a very simple approach, but I think it works. I think it's who we are.
This simple yet powerful philosophy resonates deeply with their clientele.
Most of our growth has been organic growth, which is, someone help us grow to another area and push our business. And when we did that, whether it's Tampa or Nashville, or we opened an office, hired people, and started trying to grow our business from there.
This commitment to their existing clientele led to remarkable opportunities, like a pivotal meeting that changed DSI's trajectory forever.
We were about to get a plant, a Tyson Foods plant in Birmingham, and they said, "Can we have a meeting with you?" And me and Keith Kennedy flew out to Bentonville, Arkansas, and the guy said, the head of security guy said, "I'll give you 45 minutes," and we were there for 8 hours at a Shoney's restaurant. 8 hours, it was snowing. We had breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that was a 45-minute meeting. And the guy, after we got through, he loved our motto of DWYSYWD, do what you say you would do. And they had 160 plants all over the United States, and he said, if you'll DWYSYWD, I promise you'll get a lot of our business. Within 2 weeks, he gave us half their plants. We got over 60 plants, I think, and from all over the country. I knew that if we didn't do it, we would not be in business 10 years, because if businesses were going to that global security process. One plant, they will consolidate them all. If you want our business, you won't have to take all our business or none.
This monumental decision, while risky, propelled DSI onto the national stage, demonstrating their willingness to embrace growth and their clients' evolving needs. It took them from local to nationwide, reaching as far as New York and California. DSI's commitment extends beyond their client relationships to their local community, and most importantly, to their own people. Marty Clark explains a unique aspect of their growth strategy.
Alan got the idea to buy this house in more of a rundown neighborhood, and gradually I think we've got 8 office buildings now, and I'm sure we'll continue to add to that. But in the process of each one growing into a remodeled building and adding landscaping and an attractive atmosphere for the neighborhood, it's been good for Dothan, and it's been good for us because it's helped bring that neighborhood back.
This broken window syndrome philosophy reflects a deep-seated belief in nurturing what's around them, a philosophy that extends to their employees.
I think we have a unique atmosphere. We are a family company. 2 of my sons do work with us now. I want it to be a place where you want to come to work. You want to come, you like it. We spend too much time at work to not enjoy it. And I'll tell anyone, that if you're not happy with DSI, for whatever reason it may be, I'll help you find another job, because it's not worth it. It's not worth to spend 8 hours or sometimes 10 hours a day somewhere 5 days a week and not like it. We try to foster the atmosphere of a family, that we love you and we appreciate you and want you to, we got to work hard and do our job, but to have that family atmosphere.
There's not a ceiling if you're willing to work hard and do your job and step above and beyond that type of thing. I think the potential for growth is just amazing, to be able to move up the ladder as so many of our staff members have done.
This dedication to their team is evident in the career paths within DSI, where many leaders started on the ground floor. It's a company built on a foundation of trust, where every client and every employee is treated as part of an extended family.
Then Boyd was born in 1980. Then Devers was born in 1984. And then Mary Neal in 1986. And then Boyd, if you'll remember, would come home. He'd walk home from school or walk to the office from school, and he did jobs around the office. And then when Devers was old enough, he did the same thing, and Mary Neal did the same.
Yeah, we didn't have a janitorial group. We had the kids.
Yeah,
our kids through the years, they were our janitor. They vacuumed and cleaned up bathrooms and took out garbage. And
didn't like it, but they did. They got paid.
How I started off with DSI was, I think it was middle school. My brother, sister, and I we cut the grass at the offices. And then I think Dad paid us $20 per office to clean. And I was vacuuming, take out the trash, cleaning the toilet, bathrooms, all that thing. So that's kind of how we started.
The family legacy extended beyond leadership. It was ingrained in the very fabric of the company, starting with the next generation's hands-on experience.
I always knew Boyd had an interest in the company. I think it was the best thing that happened to him when he went out there and spent some time with some friends, and I almost spent a week with him. And I told him, what's your plans? He said, a few more months out here, I want to come home. And surprised really came home and he had a little ponytail about that long, and had a straggly beard. I said, you know what you got to do? You got to get a shave and you got to cut that little ponytail off. He left the office and went to get a haircut. And he came back in and he was standing somewhere in the office, and Stacy Sorrells, which had babysat Boyd and all the kids, and she said, who is that? She didn't recognize the boy in the back. His ponytail about that long. It really wasn't much of a ponytail, but he had to shave, had a ponytail.
So I started with DSI when I was in elementary school, technically. Went to school not too far from our office, and I would walk to the offices after school every day, and my job was to clean the bathrooms. So I would take out the trash, clean the bathrooms, and then ride home with my dad. So I did that through sixth grade, and then in sixth grade I changed schools and moved across town. So I've been back with the company full-time for 23 years. In high school I sold electronics. Since I've been on back full-time, I've been in operations, quality assurance, sales and marketing, kind of a little bit of everything, but sales and marketing is my home.
Dad's philosophy was that we all had to work as officers. In Tuscaloosa, when I was in school, I worked at Johnson Controls, which is an automotive supplier for Mercedes out there. So I worked 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Boyd and Devers, Alan and Marty's sons, joined the company, bringing their own experiences and perspectives, but always grounded in the core values established by their grandfather.
We were doing about 25 million in revenue, and substantially more than that today. So we've had quite a bit of growth. We're now in 33 U.S. states and employ almost 6,000 security officers.
I think part of it, it's not, and when I say work accomplishment, it's not something I've solely done, but it's been things that I think the company's accomplished over the years since I've been there. One of the big ones was, getting to the national account realm and starting to get more national accounts with customers. One of them being the BMW that we've had for 5 years now. So that was a big accomplishment for us to open up an office in California, open up an office in New Jersey.
The transition to a national footprint driven by contracts like Tyson and BMW was a shared undertaking, demonstrating the family's unified vision and courage through the challenges like COVID and Obamacare. This forward-thinking approach also led DSI to embrace new opportunities, including its certified status.
It has been wonderful for us. That has been an experience for me, learning more about what a WBENC does for a company and how it helps it to grow, because it has been tremendous for DSI, and the growth and the opportunities that have come as a result of having that designation, that certification. It really has opened a lot of doors.
Just the relationship, the teamwork. To me, it's all about a team. I don't care if it's football, baseball, or business. A team, you win with a team. The team has a goal, and you're all working together. There's nothing more exciting to me than to be in a meeting with our executive team, and we got a project, whether it's growth or what it may be, and we all get down there and we all bring our point together. We all make a decision, we come together, we go forward.
we're all different. So I think that's key. There's a variation of thought process within our group, and we communicate those differences and we work through those differences. So it's not the same general idea coming from everybody. We like to challenge each other. We like to be honest with each other. But at the end of the day, we're all on the same team.
The cool thing about our executive team, the 6 or 7 of us, is the fact that we're all very different. We've got a 33-year employee who's legally minded. We've got a 25-year employee who runs our operations, a technology guy in our technology division. So, overall, I think we have as far as executive team, I don't think there's anybody else in the country in our space that has the longevity that we do. Close to 200 years worth of experience amongst the 6 or 7 of our leadership team. So it's pretty impressive.
DSI's success isn't just measured in its growth and national presence. It's measured in the loyalty of its clients and its unwavering commitment to its people.
In my book, we've got 2 customers. We've got the ones that pay the bills, and we have the ones that are boots on the ground taking care of our business on a day-to-day basis. So both of those have to be taken care of, respected.
I think DSI, it puts that personal touch. You can call it family atmosphere. We're not blood kin, but we want to make sure and provide them a good service. We want to be their solution provider.
I like the idea of going and traveling and seeing different sites and learning how our customers' businesses work. It's just very interesting to see how our customers' businesses operate day in, day out. And just the culture, their cultures of every different company, you can kind of look at that and go, what can I pick and choose to potentially bring in to the corporate culture at DSI?
From a small office in a bedroom to a now national company, DSI is a story of vision, perseverance, and the profound power of family. It's a company built on a foundation of trust, where every client and every employee is treated as part of an extended family.
I'll never sell this company if I have, because I want to pass it on to boys and endeavors like my dad did to me. Plus, you got people like Eddie Srell's been with us 33 years, Gene Sanders 25 years. So that's their livelihood too.
My granddad was my best friend. Being back involved with my father and my brother now, it's truly a family business.
Do what you say you will do. That's an important part of what we try to ingrain in ourselves, but also our company culture and our employees, managers to security officers, is do what you say you will do. That's very important.
DSI most recently celebrated 55 years, and they remain committed to their founding principles and the future.